Hi, I'm Chuck Jolley, Grover's Cattle Network. I'm here with Colin Woodall, Vice President of National Cattlemen's Beef Association, and we're talking a little bit about the study that was completed today. Colin, where do we go from here?
There's several options. Really, the first milestone is getting to November 22nd of this year, which is the comment deadline. At that point in time, there's several different things that can happen. More than likely, we expect GIPSA to really review the comments. There have been over 16,000 comments that have been submitted. And over the next couple of weeks between now and that November 22nd deadline, we expect several thousand more to be filed. So it's going to take a while for GIPSA to really look through those. And we expect them to do that because they have said all along, not only from Secretary Vilsack but also Administrator Butler, that they want to hear what producers have to say. So they need to make sure that they review these and review these thoroughly. At that point in time, there's several things they can do. They could pull the rule if they wanted to, which I don't think is an option, just because of how passionate they are about this. They can make some changes to the rule and then take it to an interim final process, which would allow us another comment period, or take it to just a final rule and implement it. Those are the options that we see really playing out at this time.
There seems to be some discussion in Congress about the rule, whether the rule is passed or rejected. What kind of a reaction do you expect from the House and the Senate?
Well, you know, with this new House that we have after last Tuesday's elections, I think that we have a lot more people that are going to be against this rule than we already had. We have got right now bipartisan support for changing this rule. We've got bipartisan support for doing an economic analysis, but so far USDA has really ignored those requests. I think that with a new House chairman of a different party, we might see a little bit more oversight, maybe a little bit more engagement in trying to make sure that USDA is truly following all the things that they need to do to implement a rule. So I think we can expect maybe a little bit more of a heavy hand with Mr. Lucas being the chairman.
The trigger point seems to be $100 million.
That is, to have an economic analysis or to require an economic analysis, this has to be an economically significant rule, and that's identified as being something that has a $100 million impact. The rule in the small analysis, it's not an economic analysis, it's just a compliance analysis that was put in this rule, doesn't come close to it. And that's why the Office of Management and Budget didn't pay any attention to it. We're hoping that this study that we did and the study that has been done by AMI will really bring up the fact that this does have a significant impact to this industry. You know, we're talking billions of dollars here, the majority of that being borne by cattle producers. We're hoping that will really get people's attention, not only at USDA but OMB, but also once again in Congress, and say, hey, let's make sure we know exactly what the impact on the bottom line to producers is going to be before we move forward.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Colin.
you.
Chuck Jolley, Grover's Cattle Network.